So we are on the second week of a series on the Niyamas, which is the second limb of classical yoga. So there's a eight limb path in classical yoga that Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras writes about, saying that if you follow this eight limb path, you will gain enlightenment. And so we're making our way slowly through those eight limbs. So at the beginning of the year, we went through the first limb, the yamas, which there were five of. So we spent five classes focusing on those. And you can go check those out if you want to watch those classes. And now we're into the niyamas, which there are five of those as well. And it's good to mention that these are not commandments. They're not sins if you break them or anything. These are just ideals. If you do your best to live toward these ideals, you will just suffer less and you'll be happier. And so the yamas we did earlier this year are the things that you should not do. So things like don't do violence, don't steal, don't lie, things like that. And the niyamas are the things that you should do or you should observe. And so last week we did a whole class on purification is a word to use. Clarity is another one. And then this week we're going to focus on contentment. And then there's three more in the next couple of weeks, which I'm really excited for those three, but I'm going to leave those in the future. We can deal with them then. But for contentment, or Santosha as it's called, some people talk about it as gratitude, which it is. It's being grateful for what you have. You can definitely practice contentment through gratitude. It's also good to disambiguate it from complacency. Sometimes we think about contentment as just like be happy with what you have and don't be ambitious. It's not really that. It's just choosing an attitude of abundance versus an attitude of scarcity. And I'll use the elephant in the room, which is COVID-19, we're in the pandemic still. There's a lot of feelings of scarcity for a lot of folks these days. Connection to other people, access to, the things that we used to have access to, whether it be, seeing our friends, going to group classes in person, whether it was, you know, whatever it is you're missing. It's easy right now to feel like we're lacking something. And it's not to say that we aren't. I can't wait to go to concerts again. I can't wait to be in the classroom with you again. But I do try, and it's a trying, I do try to look at what I do have and allow there to be some light brought to my heart and to my life because of what I absolutely still do have. Like, I'll just give you some examples of how I can practice contentment or Santosha right now. It's like I'm still able to connect with you. Some of you live across the country and I'm able to connect with you. Looking at you, Angel. um, I've been able to grow my business in spite of all of this. So like there are still things that we have in our lives to be grateful for, and to see that there is still abundance, even when some of the things that we love or we like are not as prevalent or we don't have access to them like we used to. That is the practice of Santosha. That is the practice of contentment. And you can do that through gratitude. That's a way to kind of develop an attitude of abundance is, you could do a gratitude journal, wake up in the morning, write down three things that you are grateful for. When you are feeling kind of despondent and you're kind of feeling like you're really missing some things and you find yourself spiraling in that attitude of scarcity, that would be a good time to kind of think about like, look around you, like what do you have that you can connect to and feel an abundance for. And again, the idea is that end of the day, if you practice this, you will suffer less because you won't be feeling like you're always missing something or that your life isn't enough. And you can still have ambitions. It's still good to know that you can still go out there and you can pound the pavement and do everything you want to do in life, but to be happy right now with what you do have. Okay. I didn't even look at my notes once during that whole talk. I think I hit everything. It's gonna have to be enough because we're a few minutes in already. So let's start by getting nice and centered. You're probably already feeling your mind kind of moving toward those things that feel abundant in your life. So allow your shoulders to relax down your back, feel the crown of the head lift, eyes close, relax your jaw. And take a few deep breaths in and out. You might want to sigh if that feels good to you. And then breathing through your nose, just kind of connect to how you are feeling right now emotionally. Maybe there's some heaviness you've brought with you to class that's always welcome here. Maybe there's some lightness you've brought to class that's always welcome here. And every feeling in between or off that spectrum. We get to experience the full range of life, the highs, the lows, the ins, the outs. And there are times when we do feel like we're lacking something. And maybe that might be quite severe to us. There's also abundance, there's also light in the darkness. It's another way to think about Santosha. So do think for just a moment while we're centering, what is abundant in your life right now? It might just be the breath you're breathing. Maybe you're able to be surrounded by family. Maybe you're in a really exciting job. There's something there. There's something abundant in your life. What is it? And it's good probably to delineate that something in abundance that's not depleting you. So lots of Zoom calls that are depleting you are that's not abundance. But maybe connection to people in spite of all of this is abundant for you. And just by contemplating what you do have access to, what there is a lot of in your life, you might just start to feel gratitude or contentment. Or you might start to feel your heart love or feel filled, connected. And it's okay if you're not able to connect to some of those feelings. We have a whole class in front of us that'll help us with that. But allow that to be your intention, that journey tonight is toward contentment. So let's chant the sound Om 3 times. Deep breath in. Om. Om. Bring your palms to your heart. Bow your chin and just honor yourself as you are in this moment. Body, breath, energy, and mind. It's in service of that we will practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together. Bring those warm palms over your eyes, brushing back over the top of the head, down your neck, bringing yourself back to the room. Good, and let's come on to hands and knees to start. Table pose. Take your time getting there, but once you are there, have your hands under your shoulders, knees beneath the hips or slightly further back. And with your inhale, look forward with your heart. Feel the tailbone lift behind you. Then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin and tail under. Then inhale, look forward again, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round the back again. Let's just do that a few more times, starting to warm up the spine here. Just kind of feeling what's there for us in the body in this moment. And let's add child's pose. With your next exhale, go all the way back to child's pose. Inhale back up to hands and knees. And just keep moving from child's pose to fours. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing back. Just again, warming up the body. Noticing where there's tightness, where there's discomfort, maybe sending a breath or two to that region of your body. And let's add downward facing dog. With your next exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips, and then keep flowing. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet, child's pose, exhale. And continue. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale down onto hands and knees. And exhale, child's pose. Continue to move between these three postures. Inhale to hands and knees, exhale to downward facing dog or child's pose, alternating between the two. Just getting the body nice and warmed up. Let's do one more round, please. And the next time that you land in downward facing dog, go ahead and stay in the pose. It's our first time holding down dog, so I can walk it out. Press the heel to the floor, bend the opposite knee, but keep the hip bones reaching toward the ceiling so the back stays pretty flat here. Feeling some extension in your spine. Remember to breathe. Good. One more breath. And then inhale, float down. Release the feet, child's pose. Take an adjusting breath here. And then in child's pose, take your arms down by your sides. And then with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come up onto the knees and reach your arms overhead, hero's pose. Exhale, sweep the arms down, fold at the hips and come back into folded child. Inhale, come back up, sweep the arms out to the side, come up onto the knees, reach up overhead. Little back bend at the top. Exhale, sweep down. Please continue. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, releasing down, feeling the strength of your core to help you release down with control. Inhale. Exhale. Good. A couple more times. Warming up the back here, warming up the core. Good. Then inhale, come into the pose, reach up, stay. You're going to reach through the inner arms toward the ceiling. Feel the shoulder blades cut into the mid back and turn your heart toward the ceiling. You want to keep your lower back relatively flat here. You don't want to throw all of it into your back. A way to think about that or to help that is to draw your tailbone down toward the floor. You'll feel the navel kind of pull back toward the spine as well. Getting some heart energy building here. Reach, inhale. And then exhale with control. Fold back down into child's pose. Good. In child's pose, take your arms forward, hands on the ground. And keep the hands right where they're at, about shoulder width apart, and slither forward down onto your belly. And your hands will be down by your rib cage, so a little bit further back than we normally have for like locust pose. And then take the shoulders down the back, press the arms straight, come into upward facing dog. Knees lift off the ground. And then exhale, feel a tug behind your navel that pulls you back into downward facing dog. Don't worry, we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, release back to child's pose. Take your arms down by your side. We'll do hero's pose again. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees, reach. Good. Exhale with control, come on down. Take the hands forward, slither between them. Press the arms straight, shoulders back, knees lift, upward facing dog. And then exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. Again, inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Inhale, come into hero's pose, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale with control, release down. Hands forward. Inhale, slither between them, press the arms straight, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's keep this flow moving. Inhale, down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Lifting up to hero's pose, arms overhead, reach. And exhale with control, coming down. Take the hands forward, slither between them, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. I feel like 2 more is good. Inhale, float down. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Inhale, come up, hero's pose. And with control, releasing down, take the hands forward, slither between them, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, hands and knees. Child's pose, arms by your sides. Hero's pose, inhale. Exhale, release. Hands forward, upward facing. Downward facing dog. Good. Take an adjusting breath here. Feeling sensation. And then go ahead and lift your right leg high into the air. With your exhale, step the right foot between your hands, help it through. And then take your back foot flat to the floor, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees, prepping for warrior one. Bending your front knee strong. Inhale, reach your arms forward, peel the chest away from the thigh, come into warrior one. Have your hips squaring forward as much as you can. Good, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back to downward facing dog. We'll do the other side. Left leg lifts when you're ready. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Back foot flat, toes pointing forward, hips squaring forward, bend the front knee. Inhale, warrior one, come on up. Staying for a breath or two. Good, deep breath in. And exhale, fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts again. Exhale, step it on through. Back foot flat, prepping for warrior one. Come on up. Good, deep breath in here. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step. Back foot flat, warrior one. Good, deep breath in here. And then exhale, hands down, step back to downward dog. We'll do one more time on each side. Right leg, please. Step it through. Back foot flat, warrior one, come on up. We're gonna stay just a hair longer this time because we're gonna do some work here. So make sure the hips are squaring forward, arms are by the ears, and lean the chest forward. And then keeping the chest kind of working its way toward the front of your mat, roll the shoulder blades down the back, look forward with the heart, feel the thumbs reach back behind you, deepening the back bend in your upper back. Now do that again. Lean forward, spiral the shoulder blades back. Good, one more time, why not? Reach, roll. Good, this time straight in the front knee, inhale. Exhale, fold long over the right leg. Taking a breath once you come into the forward fold. Feeling that stretch in the back of the right leg. You also might feel something in your back. Good. Deep breath in. And exhale, step the right foot on back. Left leg lifts now. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Back foot turning flat. When you're ready, warrior one. Come on up. Good. So getting stable again in the posture, hips squaring forward. We'll do that same work with the shoulders in the back. So lean forward, inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades down the back, look forward with the heart. And then lean forward again. Again, roll the shoulder blades back. Third time to charm, reach. Roll. Good. Inhale, straighten the left knee. Exhale, fold long over that leg. Staying for a breath or two. Again, feeling the stretch in the back of the left leg. Breathe. Good. So this time, step the right foot, the back foot, forward. So you're coming into Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. Allow the knees to be slightly bent. Relax the upper body over your legs. Release the head, neck, arms, jaw, mind. Release your mind. Just let it go. Good. All right. Press palms to shins. Come halfway up. Heart parallel to the floor. Looking down. Exhale, fold. Again, halfway up. Inhale. And exhale, fold. I'm into threes tonight, so we're going to do one more. Come on up. And exhale, fold. Then sweeping the arms out to the side with a strong back lift all the way up to standing. And palms to your heart. Good. Feel sensation for a moment. What's happening in the body, your heart beating, your breath breathing, your mind's relationship to all of that. Good. All right. So let's continue to get deeper into our bodies. We're going to work with chair pose next. So have your feet about hip distance apart, palms at your heart, shoulders relaxing down the back. And just to kind of like give you some more information about where we're going physically, we're trying to open the heart tonight because that's the place where we can truly access that feeling of fullness, of oneness, of wholeness, however you want to phrase that. That's where we start to feel the most deep gratitude and compassion and contentment. So more work to do here. So with your next inhale, please sweep your arms down, back, and up. And exhale, bend your knees, drop your body, sweep your arms behind you. Keep the knees bent, sweep the arms forward, come into chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the legs. Hinge at the hips, go ahead and fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up again. And exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way up to standing or reach. And palms to heart. Let's keep going. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, swan dive. Fold forward and down. Halfway up, inhale. And release. Sweep the arms out. Come all the way up again. Palms to heart. Again, inhale, sweep. Chair prep, chair pose. Good, reach and fold. Halfway and fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. Bend the knees, sweep your arms back, chair prep, chair pose. Lift, fold, halfway up and down, all the way up. Again, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, chair prep, chair pose. Lift on inhale, Fold forward, exhale. Let the breath help you here. Halfway up, inhale. And fold. All the way up, inhale. Again, bend the knees, sweep back. Chair pose. Lift. Fold. Halfway. And down. All the way. Last time, bend the knees, sweep back. Chair pose. Lift. And fold. Halfway up. And down. All the way up. And heart. Good. Again, feel the heart beating. Feel energy moving in your body around the chest and upper back. Good. Then taking a deeper breath, bringing your awareness back. All right. So in a moment, we're going to move through our sun salutation for the night. And there's a certain arm movement that we're going to do while we're holding Warrior One. And so some of you have done this with me before, but sometimes it's better just to like teach it beforehand so that we don't spend so much time holding the posture in the early stages of the flow. And so the movement, I'll kind of turn sideways for this one. It'll be inhale, arms up, exhale, cactus arms. So out to the side here. And then inhale, you're going to bring the elbows and palms together. The upper back is rounding because the heart is 360. And then exhale, you're going to drag the elbows towards your sides. You can either make fist or open palms here. But the idea is that the heart opens toward the ceiling. Okay, so do that with me. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Feel the shoulder blades working together here. And then bring the palms and elbows together. Look down, round the upper back. This is an inhale. And exhale, drag the elbows back, palms toward the sky. Look up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Palms and elbows together. Inhale. Exhale, drag the elbows back. Open the heart. Let's do one more time here. Reach up. Cactus. Together. And back. Good. It's a great way to open the heart up almost all the way around. We're not doing laterals per se, but we get the front and the back really, really working there. So you actually might feel some heat there already. So let's go ahead and move through our sun salutations. So step to the top of your mat, have your feet about hip distance apart, and we're going to use that chair flow as our introduction. So you know that one already. Bring your palms to your heart. Now, before we start moving, we have to set a deeper intention here. And, our theme tonight is Santosha, contentment. A way to connect with contentment is gratitude or, contemplating abundance. So choose one of those. Either choose something you're grateful for or contemplate something that you have abundance for or have abundance of, I should say, which also might make you feel grateful. You might even feel like a smile come to your face or a lightness of your heart, and try to keep that bhavana, that sensation with you as we move through this flow. So with your next inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up. Exhale, chair prep, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach up and fold forward. Palms to shins halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold, step your right foot back, prepping for warrior one. So back foot flat to the floor, toes pointing forward. Bend the front knee, sweep the arms forward, come up. Stay for the exhale. And we're actually gonna move through those arm movements one time. So keeping the front knee bent, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, bring the palms and elbows together. Then exhale, drag the elbows back, turn the heart toward the ceiling. And then inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the front knee. Think about hinging from your hips. Lead with the heart as you fold forward down over your left leg. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. You know this next part too. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come up onto the knees, hero's pose, reach up and back. And then exhale, with control, come back down. Take the hands forward. When you're ready, slither into upward facing dog. And pull it back into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts when you get there. Exhale, step the right foot forward, turn the back foot flat, bend the right knee, warrior one again, come on up. Sink in. Moving through the arms, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Palms and elbows together, look down. And then pull the elbows back. Good, reach the arms up, straighten the right knee. And then exhale, fold over the leg. Deep breath in. And exhale, step the left foot forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Good, we're gonna keep this energy moving. Inhale, sweep up. Chair prep, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Lift and fold. Halfway up. And down, step the left foot back this time, prepping for warrior one, bend the front knee, inhale, come on up. Good, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Bring the palms and elbows together, look down. Draw the elbows back, turn the heart toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the right knee. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Deep breath in. And step back to downward facing dog. Hands and knees. Child's pose, arms by your sides. Hero's pose, inhale, come on up, reach. Exhale with control, release down. Take the hands forward, slither into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Once you're there, the left leg lifts this time. Step that foot all the way forward. Back foot flat to the floor. Warrior one. When you're ready, come on up. Sink on in. Moving through the arms. Reach, inhale. Exhale, cactus. Bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale, bring the hands and palms together in front of you. And exhale, draw the elbows back. Good. Reach the arms up. Inhale, straighten the knee. And exhale, fold over the left leg. Deep breath in. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up, extend your spine. And fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Again, sweep up, inhale. Chair prep. Chair pose. Sink. Lift. And fold. Halfway up. And down, right foot, prepping for warrior one. When you're ready, come on up. Reach the arms, cactus, palms and elbows together. Draw it back. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach up, cactus, keep the front knee bending, palms and elbows together. Draw it back. Reach up, cactus, together, and back. Reach up, straighten the knee, fold, deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Hands and knees. Child's pose, arms by your sides. Hero's pose, inhale, come up. Folding with control. Hands forward. Slither into upward facing. Pull back into downward facing. Right leg lifts. Step it on through. Back foot flat, warrior one. Sinking in. Again, 3 times with the arms. Reach, cactus, together. and back, moving with your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale together. Exhale, pull back. One more time this round. Reach. Cactus. Together. And back. Straighten the knee. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Fold with control over that right leg. Deep breath in. Exhale. Step forward. Palms to shins. Halfway up. Exhale. Down. Inhale. Sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Palms to the heart. Again, inhale, reach. Chair prep, chair pose. Reach up, fold forward. Halfway up, inhale. Left foot steps this time. Warrior one. 4 times with the arms. Reach, cactus. Together and back. Reach, cactus. Together and back. Reach, cactus. Together and back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Reach the arms up, straighten the knee. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Hands and knees to child's pose. Arms by your sides when you get there. Hero's pose with your next inhale. And releasing down. Hands forward. Upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. And step it through. Back foot flat. Come on up. Sinking in. 4 times with the arms. Reach. Cactus. Together. And back. 3 more on your own. You know how to do it now. Keep the front knee bending. Try to move with your breath if you can. About 1 more time. With your next inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the knee, and fold over it. Deep breath in, and step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to heart. Pause for a moment. Breath rate, heart rate, feeling in the body. What was it you were grateful for? What was it you felt abundance of? Bring that back to your heart. Bring that back to the forefront of your consciousness. Sometimes when things get moving or things start to get a bit more difficult, we start to lose our connection to that heart space, to what we can feel content for. It's easy to lose that when we're caught up in what appendage are we moving? Is it comfortable to do so? Am I sweating? Am I out of breath? These are things that can pull us away. And those are real too, but to keep the mindset of contentment, you're still okay. There's still a sense of satisfaction. There's still a sense of satisfaction. We're gonna do 1 more round. It's gonna be some holds and variations. And we're gonna try to keep this sense of contentment, that everything is okay just as it is. Yes, things could get better. Things could also get worse. But in this moment, the only moment that we have, we're just gonna be grateful. We're gonna be content. We're in this moment, we're in this body, we're having this experience. Let's have this experience. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Your last one. Make it count. Stay. Bring the arms into cactus. Bring the elbows forward. Take the hands back behind you. This pushes the shoulder blades into the mid back. Feel the heart bursting open. Keep the knees bending. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if you're shaking a bit. Breathe into that heart. What is it you're grateful for? What is it you have abundance of? Where does your mind go when things get tough? Redirect. It's a choice. It's a choice. Choose contentment. You inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, swan dive, halfway up and down, right leg. Warrior one. When you're ready, come on up. Sink on in. So we're gonna do the arms 5 times, and I want us to chant Om every time we exhale. So you can only chant on exhale. And so for every arm movement, we'll chant Om twice, basically. So eventually we'll do it 10 times on each side, the chanting that is. So you can either listen or you can chant along with me, but reach the arms up. Then moving into cactus, Om. Om. Palms and elbows together, inhale. Pull back, Om. Om. And we'll do that 4 more times. Inhale. Om. 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 One more round. Om. Om. Turn the heart toward the ceiling. Stay. Feel the heart radiating. Keep the front knee bending. Shake if you have to. What are you content for, about in this moment? The gratitude, the abundance, the satisfaction, choosing to be satisfied with this moment, even if it's not perfect. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the knee. Exhale, fold over it. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. If the floor is feeling far away from you, you could take blocks under your hands, or you can bring the hands onto the straightened leg. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. All right, moving through our middle flow. Inhale, float down. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Virasana, hero's pose. Inhale, come up, sweep the arms up. Exhale with control, release down. Take the arms and hands forward. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take an adjusting breath. Good, then lift your right leg high and step it through. Back foot flat, warrior one. So you know what we're going to do here. So get comfortable. Again, chanting with the exhales. Reach the arms up. Cactus. Oh. Palms and elbows together. Inhale. Slide them back. Exhale. Oh. Inhale. Oh. Oh. Keep the front knee bending. Oh. 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 One more round. Oh. Oh. Open the heart toward the ceiling. Stay. Breathe. Heart radiating. You're almost there. Keep the front knee bending. You can do it. And reach the arms up, straighten the right knee. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Staying in this forward fold for just a few breaths. Switching things up just a hair, go ahead and step back to downward facing dog again. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees, and let's rest in child's pose for a few moments. And in child's pose, just be present. Be present with whatever you're feeling in your body. And what's in the body is more of an objective reality. Your relationship to it is something you can control. So be grateful that you can have this experience, that you can feel whatever it is you're feeling right now. That the entire range of human experience is open to you. You might be grateful that your body knows instinctually or autonomically how to regulate itself. The racing heart starts to slow. The out of breath catches up. The movement calms. Take a deeper, fuller breath, please. And then go ahead and roll yourself up to a seat. We're not going to come back up. So I hope you feel complete with that sun salutation, because that's where it ends for now. um, where we're headed next will make sense why we came to the floor and we stayed here. One, it was quite grounding given the experience we just had. The next, we're going to prepare for a, we'll call it an easier inversion. I don't mean that'll be easier for you. Like, your experience will be your experience. And if you don't want to do it, first of all, you don't have to. Second is you could do legs up the wall instead, where you just kind of scoot your your tush to the wall and put your legs straight up. That's still an inverted quality. You could just lay on your back and hug knees to chest if you want to. But if you want to come into half shoulder stand or Viparita Karani, as it's called, you can watch me do this. So we're going to come into bridge prep here in a moment. And again, I'm demonstrating so you can just watch. Just take a load off. So we'll come into bridge, bend the elbows, and you want your elbows pretty close to your waist. If they're way out here, you're going to be really unstable once you come into the pose. So closer together, the better. And then after a while, you can come onto your tippy toes or the balls of the feet and catch hold of your waist. So right where the waistband is at. Now, from here, you have to kind of kick the knees in. So that might be a hike for some of you, but that's fine. And bring the knees into your chest. At this point, you'll want to turn the hands around so that you're cupping the hips and not compromising your wrists. And then you can keep the knees drawn into the chest, or you can extend the legs toward the ceiling, and your toes are in line with your eyes. So it's not way overhead. This isn't plow pose. And we're also not in full shoulder stand. The weight of the body is in the hands here. And we're just going to hang out in this inversion for a bit. And when it's time to come out, you'll bring the knees to chest and carefully release on down. Now, again, if you don't want to do that, you could slide up to the wall and just take your legs straight up. You could also just hold behind the legs in the middle of the room, or it could just be knees to chest for a bit. But find your way into whichever version you would like to do this evening. Just for the sake of instruction, I'll walk you through the full version. So if you are doing the full version, you'll come into bridge prep, heels underneath the knees, hip width apart, lifting the hips up, bending the elbows, fingers toward the ceiling. And again, the elbows are close into your waist. And then come onto the balls of the feet. Try to catch hold of your hips or the waistband, and then bring your knees into your chest. And do your best. And then turn the hands around when you get there, so you're cupping the hips. And then if you feel like it, you can extend your legs toward the ceiling, toes in line with your eyes. And if this feels really unsteady for you, just come out. You don't have to do it tonight. Still plenty of other experience you can have. Breathing. Feeling that reverse effect of gravity on your body. We're going to stay up for just a little bit longer, but if you need to come down, that's okay. Just come down. You can rest with knees to chest if you want to. All right. So coming on out of the pose, if you haven't already, knees to chest. And with as much grace as you can muster, bring your hips down and extend the legs to the floor and just stay here for just a moment. Don't adjust. Just be for a moment. You've just taken your body upside down. You've inverted for close to 2 minutes. Might not be something you do that often. Just see how that feels. What experience is here for you now? And then please hug your knees into your chest. Curl your chin in toward your throat. Bring your forehead up toward the knees. Shoulders lift. This is just a little adjustment for your neck here. Deep breath in. And exhale, release the head down. And extend your legs down to the floor again, and we will practice Matsyasana fish pose. So if you're not familiar with this pose, you can watch me do it. If you know how to get into it, we'll see you there. So I'm going to bring my hands underneath my hips, my palms face down. And this just reminds me to keep my hips on the floor. This is not bridge pose, all right? Then I'm going to press the elbows into the floor. I'm going to puff my chest toward the ceiling, turn my head upside down, and as best I can with this headset on, bring the top of my head to the floor, looking upside down behind me. Now you could also do this without the hands under the hips, but it's a good way to remember to stay in alignment. So if you're not here already, go ahead and come into the pose. It's a nice throat opener. Now, when you're ready to come out, you're going to press the elbows into the floor again, puff the chest, look up at your feet. It's really important. Look up at the feet. Then release the shoulders and head back down, and you can release the hands. Good. When you're ready, we'll do a little core work. This is more of a transition, but we'll see what it's like. Extend your arms down by your side, pointing your fingertips toward your feet. And then imagine like somebody has like a rope to your fingertips and they're pulling you towards your feet. Your shoulders roll up off the ground, your mid back, your lower back, slowly lifting up. And then you start to fold over the legs. Now you might reach the feet. It's not important if you do. You can also take the hands onto the legs. We come into the seated forward fold. And deep breath in and out. And then go ahead and roll yourself up to a seat. Great job. No matter how far you got in that exercise with Viparita Karani, the half shoulder stand. Curious footnote there in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it says if you hold that half shoulder stand for 3 hours, you'll conquer death. So just whenever you get to it. It's a real attribution, but it's more like you conquer the illusion of death. You don't actually become immortal. Well, you already are immortal. Immortal. Anyway, go ahead and bend the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor, and have your feet as wide apart as your yoga mat. Have your hands behind you, lift the chest. So you're sitting up nice and tall, where the spine is elongated. And then go ahead and knock the knees to the right, come back to center, and then knock the knees to the left, come back to center. You're just going to keep going from side to side a little bit, just feeling the femur head loose in the hip socket. This is also a slight stretch for the iliopsoas, which is this big wraparound muscle from the lower back all the way forward into the groin. That muscle gets tight sometimes, causes all sorts of problems, back pain, hip pain. It's also kind of a massage for the glutes. So if you're enjoying this, enjoy it. Contentment. Side to side. In tantric yoga, they talk about um, in the realm of contentment. They talk about boga. Boga is enjoying this life, enjoying the experiences we have. So, this rocking back from side to side and kind of feeling a massage for my glutes here, that feels good. It's okay, like revel in that. That can be a connection point to the feeling of contentment or happiness or joy. It's when we do those things in excess and they unbalance us that they become bad for us. But we can practice moderation. That's one of the yamas, brahmacharya. Just skip back a few videos. You'll find that one. All right, almost done. Good. All right. Whenever you feel complete here. And then for our last pose before Shavasana, we're going to come into child's pose one more time. So you got to kind of flip over. Take your time doing so. And you're going to settle back into child's pose. And I'd like you to have your head, your forehead capped either on the floor or a yoga block. If you don't have the floor or a yoga block available to you, it's just fine. You could also stack fists or palms of the hands. You stack hands. However, you can make a connection. Grounding the forehead on something, do so. One more deep breath. Then take your time as you come on up and flip over again and come onto your back for Shavasana. Bringing any support where you might need it. A blanket under the head, a blanket as a blanket. You could turn down lights in your space if you want to. You've worked hard this evening. You've worked hard in your body, you've worked hard in your mind. So as you settle in, you might need some help kind of really grounding. So if you need to, you can take a deep breath in and sigh it out, just like we did at the beginning of class. Sighing helps to signal to your nervous system that it's time to turn the volume down just a bit. Letting go, letting go. As you settle in, allow your body to be still. Kaya stira, absolute stillness. Not because you are trying to stay still, but because there's simply no need to move. No need to move, just the breath gently pulsing. And as you settle into that stillness, you may sense some circulation or energy or awareness of the space around your chest and upper back, the heart chakra. At that point, I'd like you to see a pulsing ball of bright green light right at the heart, right at the center of the chest. Bright, radiant ball of bright green light. And you might sense this light as joy. You might sense it as peace, or you might not really know what it is just yet, but attune to that light. Peace, peace, peace. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And make some gentle movements in this body, the hands, the feet, the arms, your legs. Reawakening to this moment. When you're ready, roll to your right. And from there, coming up to a comfortable seat. So place your left hand over the center of your chest, your heart center. And place your right hand on top of that hand. You can bow your chin if you'd like to, kind of a reverent posture. And acknowledge the first thing that comes into your mind when I ask the question, what are you grateful for? Don't question it. The first thing that pops into your mind. It might surprise you. It might not. Either way, take the next moment or two to contemplate how your life is filled by this thing that you've thought of. How does it bring abundance? How does it bring the light? Don't question it. Just see it. How your life is made better, fuller, brighter. And in that awareness, you might just instantly start to feel gratitude, like deep, deep gratitude, love. It might feel big. It might just feel like a whisper. And almost behind that sensation of gratitude, or at the core of it, there is a sense of peace, unshakable, unshakable peace, of satisfaction, of contentment. Let this feeling continue to be forward in your mind, even as you face the storms, the fires, whatever it is that is there for you in your life, not minimizing any pain, but knowing that there is fullness even when we feel there is lacking. So until we meet again, namaste.